Welcome back to How Makes Up, guys. I'm here today with my lovely model and lovely friend Holly, who's also an amazing stylist. I'll pop links to her work in the description bar below. Today we are going to do a very requested video, which is Gisele. So we're going to do kind of the classic Gisele golden bronze look. We're going to keep it very fresh, very glowing skin, and I'm going to start the base with Chanel Vitalumiere, and I'm going to use shade 10 on Holly. And for that I'm going to use my MAC stipple brush, so I'm just going to pop a few pumps on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to buff that through the skin, but this will give the skin a really, really nice glow. So I'm just popping that all over the skin, just to give a really nice kind of glowy, brightened feel to the skin. And it's very lifting as well, this foundation. So I'm just popping this all over the face. So next I'm going to use a little bit of the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in shade Light 2 and Medium 1. And I'm just going to mix those on the back of my hand. I'm just going to do a little bit of pinpoint concealing. And then I'm just patting that in with a little flat brush, and this is by Japanesque. So then with the Japanese brush as well, if you just look up for me, Holly, I'm going to pop a little bit of that under the eye as well, just to brighten. And I'm using the slightly lighter one, sort of in the middle and on the outer corner of the eye. And then taking a MAC 217, I'm just going to buff that in under the eye area. And a little bit up into the eye as well to brighten. Okay, so I'm taking Laura Mercier Super Camouflage in SC3, just for anywhere that needs a tiny bit extra coverage, just with a bit of more staying power, as this is a little bit more of a waxy formula, so it'll just stay put a little bit stronger and just sort of tapping off the excess. I'm going to start with Laura Mercier Eye Basics and Flax, just to give the eye a nice clean area to work with. So just close your eyes for me, Holly. So I'm just going to pop this all over the lid. And I'm literally just buffing that through with a Nars 13 brush. This will just enlarge in the eye area as well that you've got to work with. I'm going to use a bit of the Anastasia Brow with, and I'm going to use a little bit of the Taupe. So I'm just going to use that with a MAC 266 brush. Turn this through a bit for a day. And Gisele has quite a full brow, but then just look straight ahead of the camera for me, honey. So I'm just going to do the same to the other brow. So I'm going to take the LittleMix palette by Collection, which is all about the eyes palette. It's a really nice mix of kind of golden tones and kind of taupe browns. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to take the shimmer colour from the middle, from the end. Just close your eyes for me, Holly. I'm just going to pop that on the inside corner just to brighten first of all, because I think the look we're going to do that Gisele has is more how she sort of has her nice liner, but we still want to brighten up just on the inside of the eye as well. Just turn to me, Holly. So I'm just popping that on the inside corner, and we're just blending that up a little bit to give a pop of light to the inside of the eye. And then before you go back to the eyeshadow palette, we're going to do the liner. Now for this you'll need a really, really super thin liner, or a really thin brush you can use with a gel liner. I'm going to use the Paul & Joe liquid liner because I find this has got a really nice super thin nib. So I'm going to use this on Holly's eyes. And so I'll insert a picture of Gisele's eyes here of how we're going to copy it. So we've done one eye already, and I'm going to show you how to create the Gisele eyeliner from the picture that I showed you earlier. So using your Paul & Joe pen, so if you just turn that way a little bit, Holly, you want to start drawing a really super thin, as thin a line as you can get across the top first. So if you close me, Holly. So wait till you get to near the end of the lash, and don't worry if it's easier to do kind of like little dots at a time. And one thing you will need is some Muji cotton buds, which are really thin, and a little bit of kind of cleansing water, so something like a micellar water or Bioderma, just to keep that line really thin, and you can just rub out any mistakes as if it was like a pencil. So I'm just doing that line super duper thin. So then I'm going to go right into the inside corner, and I'm just taking the pen and just flicking that down. And then you want to keep looking straight ahead as you're doing it, so you can match them up as you go along. So when you get to the outer corner with the Gisele picture, rather than flicking it up or kind of two down, you just want to pull it outwards. That's what you've got to think. You're elongating the eyes outwards, and if you have smaller eyes, this is a really, really good way to just elongate and pull the eyes out also. I'm just going to match up what I've already done, and if you look straight ahead for me, Holly, that'll be easier for me to see the shape I'm going to make. So again, I've got cotton buds ready, so don't worry if you don't have a steady hand or this bit seems quite daunting, but you can just match it up as you go along, and then just keep going over that line, but keep it thin. You've just got to keep going back over yourself. So I'm just literally even resting. You can rest the liner onto the lid if that feels more comfortable. So I'm just going to have a look how that compares to the other side. So I'm going to go in with my cotton bud and a bit of Bioderma, just where I'm not quite happy. So close to me, Holly. So I'm just going to smudge a little bit of that off so that the inside's a little bit thinner. Next, as you're coming to the outside of the middle of the eye, so if you look straight ahead for me, Holly, what you want to do then is on Gisele's eyeliner, she has a tiny bit of liner on this bottom part of the eye. So you want to join that up, but so it still pulls out straight. So I'm just going to place a little bit on that lash line. And I'm just going to join it with the eyes looking straight ahead, and then I'm just going to keep changing the shape till I feel it's as pulled out as the other side. So we're going to go back in. Now you've got kind of general shape. Don't worry if it's a little bit messy still. You're going to take the black matte eyeshadow in the LittleMix palette on an angle brush. This is just as though I have a wing liner, and you're just going to kind of soften that line. So if you close me, Holly, it's a nice way to kind of make the edges a little bit soft, and you could just kind of fill in any gaps you've missed, but it definitely just makes that liner appear a little bit softer. And I'm just doing that kind of halfway in really. And then again, you just want to do the same on the inside of the eye. Next, I'm going to take the Max Factor Masterpiece Mascara and use this on the top and bottom lashes. So just look up for me, Holly. So I'm going to place this on the bottom lashes, and this will also help open up the eyes more as well. And I'm just going to curl Holly's eyelashes as well. I'm going to use the Eyeliner eyelash curler, so look right down for me, Holly. And I'm just going to just lift the lid in. Does that feel okay, Holly? Mm-hmm. Give those a good curl. I'm going to take that mascara to the top lashes as well, so look right down for me, Holly. So I'm just going to wiggle that through. And in the picture that I've got of Gisele, she does look quite lashy, so I might just add a couple of individuals as well to the outer corners. And just massage that into the roots of the lashes. So I'm going to take a couple of Ardell knot-free short lashes and just pop those on the outer corners of the eyes, just to give a little bit more of a kind of winged lashy effect. So I'm going to pop a couple on the outer corner. Just let those sit in the gaps. So next I'm going to take the Solei Tan de Chanel, and this is like a cream bronzer. So I'm going to use my foundation brush I used earlier. I'm going to swirl it around a little bit, and I'm just going to apply this to kind of apples and planes of the face and just work that in a little bit. Because I think with Gisele it is all about the sort of bronzy look. So I'm taking it into the temples a little bit. And what's nice is you have dry skin and you don't want to kind of use too many powdery products. Something like a cream bronzer is a really, really nice way of adding that colour without kind of drying out the skin. Think of it like an E shape, so if you're doing like the letter E almost. So next two products I'm going to use are by Chanel also, and these are the Chanel Le Beige, and I'm going to use the powder in number 20 is kind of like an all over powder with a soft Japanese brush. So I'm just going to use that to set, and then I'm going to use the darker shade of 40, it's kind of like more of a bronze just over the top. So I'm just going to use this to set everything we've done. So this is the number 40 shade, same brush, and I'm just going to kind of work that into the hollows of the cheekbones. Turn the other way for me, Holly. So I'm just working that in a little bit across the top of the forehead and on the chin. And then I'm going to use the same colour for a little bit of contour through the eye. So I'm going to take a nice kind of smoky brush by Laura Mercier with a deeper bronze shade. So if you just look straight ahead for me, Holly, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of kind of colour into the crease, put a bit higher up. And turn the other way for me, Holly, just to cheat the crease a little bit higher with that same bronzer colour, and it will just warm up the eye as well. So on the lips for the Gisele look, I'm going to do a really nice kind of nude. It's quite a beige tone nude, and this is by Hourglass, and this is their lip Stylo in nude number 2. So I'm just going to use it directly from the tube, and I'm just going to roll this over Holly's lips. And I'm just taking the nude Stylo and I'm just going to pop this over Holly's lip, which is a really nice kind of Gisele nude colour. And close your lips to me, Holly. I'm just blending that in. So that's the finished look, guys. That's your Gisele tutorial. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a really good way as well to kind of elongate eyes if you have slightly smaller eyes or more round eyes as well, just pulling it out to the side. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you, Holly, for being my model. And I hope to see you soon for more videos soon, guys. Please subscribe and like, and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much. Bye.